Hi guys, Will Schofield here for another Milestone Moments brought to you by Lendi. Yes, Lendi is your home for home loans. You can check that out at lendi.com.au. Now today we have with us Chris Masten, who is suiting up to play his 200th game for the West Coast Eagles, and I'm going to get inside his head, find out what makes him tick.
Masten in the pocket, chips it to the goal line. Awesome! That's off the scale.
Masto, my mate, how are you?
Good, thanks, Will.
We're going to take this one right back to the beginning. Like all stories, we're going to start at the start. Chris Masten, the team store employee.
Yes.
How did you become Chris Masten, the footballer, from there, mate?
Well, I wanted to get my into the footy club, and that was a clear path for me there. There was an opportunity to come in and do some work game day, and even one day during the week. So yeah, jumped at that. I won Employee of the Month 3 or 4 months in a row.
Wow.
Which is still a record in the team store, apparently.
Not many people working in there, obviously.
I was the main guy. I was the main casual employee. And yeah, I took the chocolates 3 months in a row, possibly 4 months, I can't remember. And I sold more ponchos than anyone in history at Subiaco Oval.
That's quite good, Subiaco, in quite a hot climate, selling ponchos.
Yeah, we occasionally have those downpours, as you know, and they come really thick and fast, and most of the time as people are walking into the ground, so I was always there for my ponchos, $5 a poncho, or 3 for $12. I used to make that one up myself. That wasn't through the team store, but I'll give people a deal.
I'm assuming the Employee of the Month, you have some sort of room in your house to go with the lift mechanic Employee of the Month when you work with your dad as a...
Yeah, Dad, I leave it with Dad. So I previously worked with my old man as well, and I was the Employee of the Year. Actually.
Of the year?
Yeah, Apprentice of the Year.
Wow.
I was the only apprentice, so therefore I am the Apprentice of the Year, as you do know. And so he's got those awards there with that one, as well as all my Premiership stuff. So they sit on the same sort of shelf.
Well, mate, it's an incredibly impressive start, I guess, to your time as a man. Obviously an impressive man.
Thanks, mate.
I guess the next step was getting picked up and drafted by West Coast. You were involved with Josh Kennedy in a trade, which was the Chris Judd trade.
Yep.
Any thoughts looking back on that, how that happened?
All I can think about is how on top we've come out of that deal. Obviously, 2 superstars of the competition.
Yes,
We've
Josh
played
Kennedy,
400 games.
Josh Kennedy, Tony
Like
Knott, and you.
Yeah. But like, you think about it, like we've 400 games out of us, like 1,000 goals.
1,000.
Yeah, well, between both of us.
Two Colemans?
Yeah, 2 Colemans.
How many Australians have you guys won together?
I think we've got 3, and we've got 3 of those.
Wow.
So pretty good draft for us, I reckon.
I know it's difficult sometimes to bring you back to serious world, but what were your emotions like getting drafted to a Perth team, staying in WA? I know you've got a very tight family here in Perth. Yeah,
I was over the moon. I knew they had a pick around there, and I never thought it'd actually happen, but to get to the team that I worked in, the team store and barracks for my whole life, and my whole family barracks for, it was pretty awesome. You came to the footy club as an athlete, as a very good athlete, but a good footballer as well. Your running's always been a big strength. 2K time trials. You can put that alongside your Apprentice of the Year. You've won that a few times. Yep. You've knocked off this year in 2019. Yeah, unfortunately, I've had to hand the mantle over to young Josh Smith, and wasn't thrilled about it early on, but I'm all good now. You did run a very good time behind him. Yeah, it was the second fastest I've ever run it. So, and what he ran was ridiculous. So whatever, I'm not good enough anymore. You are good enough, mate. You're coming up to your 200th game. I want to go back to the start of 2018. Very tight with you, mate. So I know you were out of the team, probably not in that first 22, coming towards round 1 with 2 or 3 weeks to go. Do you want to talk through how your mindset was then, and then how you were able to come into the team and play every game for the year? Pretty tough. End of 2017, pre-season period, 2018 for me. Some stuff off the field as well that contributed to this, but mainly the footy stuff. The JLT games didn't get picked. The second one, we got flogged by our Freo, and like that's sort of where Simo sort of come up with a role for me. But yeah, before that, pretty down the dumps, I suppose. And then once I was given an opportunity, I sort of thought, well, Simo wants me to do this role. Might be my last sort of shot to have a place in footy this year. And yeah, just did exactly what I could. Left it out on the field and played my role. Didn't worry about the stats anymore. It was more about how I was performing my role for the team and what I could do to help us win. And I think in the end of the year, it's sort of everyone sort of was at that level where we were just worrying about what we needed to do for our roles, and then obviously it led to winning a premiership, so fairly good year.
From a coaching sense, you speak about Simo coming up with the role. Was there anyone else at the footy club that played a big part in helping you focus in on what's important, what your strengths were bringing to the team?
Yeah, Sam Mitchell as well, and VB were really good with that. They knew what I was good at, knew what I could bring to the team and what skills I sort of had compared to everyone else and where I fit in. So I think that they were pretty important for me in sort of focusing back on, all right, well, what can I do better than most people? It's my run. So and then we fit that into my role, and then it sort of evolved as the year went on to different little places we'd run or different things we'd do within the role. But yeah, there was a lot of people that helped out. 2018
was your first year as a father as well. That was obviously a fair bit going on at the start of the year. How's being a dad? What's it like?
Yeah, mate, love it. I'd like to say it's hard work, but it's not really much hard work for me. My missus does everything. She's a trooper. He's at that stage now where he's running around and you're chasing him constantly and you don't have time to scratch your head basically when you're with him. So that's good fun, but yeah, it's awesome having him down at the footy club. He's been to a couple training sessions and been in the rooms after a game and stuff like that. And it's pretty awesome to see.
You've developed a clone. Tex is a clone of you, isn't he?
Yes, he's a bit of a turbo.
Is it? Look, Tex, my favourite child. I know, my favourite child. But sometimes I look and I see him running around and I think, you know what, Masto, sucked him, mate.
Yeah.
I've been doing that as a friend of yours. I've been chasing you around for about 13 years now.
Yep.
And
a lot of people say that, and I get that, and that's why I'm not complaining about it. I think he's
a trooper. He's a bloody legend.
Masten, yep.
Just like you, eh?
Yep. Ripper.
So 2018, won the Premiership. Without any specific questions, is that going to go down as, highlight of your career, proudest moment? Where's that sit?
Oh yeah, of my footy career for sure. I think that's everyone's dream to do that. Those moments after the grand final are probably some of the best in my life when we're in the change room, just the players singing that song, holding the cup up. There was not much better than that.
What was it feeling like when the siren went?
Yeah, pretty weird. I had the footy.
Right?
I had the footy. Yeah. Jack Redden just put one up the chimney. He had to get from 11 stats to 12 for the day.
It actually took him into double digits. He was around the 9, I think, got to 10.
Something like that. I knew he really wanted to get rid of that handball, so I just had to jump on that. And then the siren's gone and seen Sheeta straight away. And then he's sort of, I didn't want to see Sheeta, but he was sort of there. I was like, yeah, Sheeta, good on you, mate. You're like, keep going, good on you, champ. And then I've tried to run over to get to the Bulls.
The back line.
Yeah. And get you and Gov and TB and that, and I get halfway across this little gap and Elliot Yeo just spear tackles me in the middle of the gap. Wow. And I wasn't happy with that, so I was like, yeah, good on Yeo, throw him out the way.
Disappointing.
But then by that time, it was sort of the moment had already...
The balls were dissipated by then. Yeah.
So anyway, Yoey ruined it for me.
I've actually got a good photo of me holding you like a child. It's my favourite. It's one of my favourite from the day. What about hairstyles and facial being? I mean, you and I we've had a bit of a journey along there.
Yeah.
Some of your looks.
Yeah.
What's been your favourite over the time?
Oh well, look, I feel like I'm one of those blokes you like to do everything once. You have to try that. Never had a beard before, so we're gonna grow the biggest beard I can. Yeah. And then actually the reason I lost that beard was I was in Vegas with my missus and I tried to trim it, had a few too many beers and took a massive chunk out of it, so hence lost the beard. Yep. Anyway,
I actually had a discussion with JK when Simo came to the footy club. You may well have regrown your beard because Simo said no more beards. And within, I think it was as he was speaking, his breath hadn't even left his body. You'd shaved your beard off.
No, that's completely false. He hadn't actually been appointed coach yet.
Oh, right.
It was in that few weeks because we went straight after. So
Right. Yeah. So you mistakenly took your beard off.
Yeah.
After you got told by Adam Simpson,
So
don't
he
come
wasn't
back
at the club yet. So false story, that one.
Okay, sure.
Anyway, what else? Long hair. You had long hair, so I thought I'd better have long hair. Never had long hair before.
You've actually followed me quite a lot. We've both had a beard.
Yeah.
We've both had long hair. We're actually now both in the stage we're both receding with a little bit of a bald patch on the top.
Yeah, no, I've got no bald patch on top. I'm definitely receding. I don't have the bald patch that you have.
Yeah, you certainly do.
I don't, so that's why I did have a shave. I did have a shaved head.
Yep.
If
you rub it hard enough, you'll feel the baldness.
No, I can't. It feels so thick to me.
So thick.
Yeah, but that's the reason I've gone with. You can't really see it at the moment because it's my beard's. I've been a bit lazy.
You've
but
given the Tasha run, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm going with the stash because I've gone with short hair now, and I can't be that boring. I can't just be straight hair and a shaved face, and I don't want to do the beard again. So I'm going to do the Freddie Mercury.
I was going to say a bit of inspiration
from
Queen's Freddie
Mercury. Big fan.
Perfect. You're doing him very proud, mate.
Thanks, mate.
You were a high draftee coming to the footy club. You've had your ups and downs as a footy player through your career. If footy didn't happen, where would you be in your life? What would you be doing? What sort of occupation would you have? What's going on? What's Chris Masten at 30 with no footy?
Probably, it's the tough one. I was doing an apprenticeship with my old man. I don't see myself ever would have got to the end of that. Well, maybe something I'm doing now. I'm in the liquor industry, doing a bit of stuff there, in wine and some craft beer stuff. So
like that?
Yeah, just for a little WA company called Off the Vine. So they're great, family-run business.
I've seen some events you've been doing with Heroes Liquor as well.
Yeah, so we got Heroes Liquor as well. So
who did you do that with?
Me and a bloke called Scully. He's real bald, actually. Okay. Doing a couple pop-ups.
Couple of heroes.
Couple of heroes serving beers and wine to people. So
done your RSA, congrats, buddy.
Yeah, mate. I know an RSA.
Well done, mate. We're gonna finish with one more. At the end of your career, which is obviously a long way away now.
Just signed a 5-year, actually.
Yeah, congrats, mate. We're gonna chuck it out at the end. Chris Masten playing till he's 40. The new Dustin Fletcher. What do you want to be remembered as a football player by your teammates? Not by the crowd, not coaches, by your teammates. What do you be remembered by?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And for a long time, I don't reckon I really knew where I fit in with that. But the last few years, it's got to a point where I just want to be known as someone who did my job. And if that didn't mean I had 30 on the weekend, I had 10. But I'd still done my job as well as though if I'd done 30, I'm happy, And I think my teammates now know I can help us win without doing that and just by doing my job. So I think probably that.
Mate, as a fellow player, I think you've achieved that. Over 200 games, 12, 13 years, fully trust you out in the field, play your role, and brought to you in the Lendi living room, 200 games. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much.